Attorney General Dr. Ahmad Ali Sawad says the legitimacy of the cabinet will not be lost even if the parliament refuses to endorse it. Speaking on Rajamir, the program, Dr. Sawad said Article 98 of the Constitution deals with the issue and that the Constitution does not state that the cabinet chosen by the President will be dissolved in case it fails to get Parliament approval. He added, the only way the Parliament can dismiss a cabinet minister is as stated in Article 102, which is by a vote of no confidence. In recent days, some parliamentarians have criticized the cabinet for refusing to appear before the committee meetings. Attorney General Dr. Sawad said cabinet ministers should be summoned to the Parliament within the framework of the Parliament proceedings stated in the Constitution. The Speaker of Parliament had earlier sent a letter addressed to cabinet ministers summoning them to respective committees of Parliament. In response to these summonses, President Nasheed has sent a letter to the Speaker of Parliament which states that the cabinet ministers will appear in Parliament as stated in Article 140 of the Constitution. President Nasheed added that the cabinet and the government will be accountable to the Parliament and will remain to protect public interest. Maldives Customs Services reveals information on the two men who attempted to smuggle a stun gun into Maldives. Customs identified the two men as 25-year-old Ahmad Farish and 20-year-old Ali Nihat. Maldives Police Services informed that Ahmad Farish has criminal records of drug abuse, gang violence, theft and mugging. Customs officers seized 4 face masks from his luggage. Police informed that such masks are used by criminals to hide their identity. A stun gun and 5 face marks were found in Nihat's luggage. Police said Nihat has a clean slate. The stun gun seized by customs generates a power of 3,800 kilowatts, enough power to leave the victim paralyzed for 15 minutes. In another case, on 25th July, customs officers seized 5 swords, each with 3 feet in length from a cargo ship that traveled from China. On August 19th, 260 toy guns and 12 slingshots were seized from a shipment on the same ship. These guns are reported to be strong enough to be used as weapons. The guns and slingshots were handed over to Maldives National Defense Force. Parliament remands the Copyrights Bill to the Economic Committee for further reviewing. The bill was presented to Parliament after it was reviewed by the Economic Committee. Bill on Copyrights was sent to the Economic Committee of the Parliament on 28th session of the first term. Presenting the committee report to the Parliament floor, MP Qasim Ibrahim said that relevant authorities and people were consulted in reviewing this bill. This bill gives legal protection to literary and artistic property of local artists, and the bill allocates strong measures against violation of copyrights. According to the draft bill on copyrights, artists should be paid fairly in return for the use of intellectual property. A court order can be issued in any case where it is necessary to protect copyrights. Copyright infringement will be punished with large fines according to the draft bill. Some of the amendments proposed to the bill by parliamentarians were passed, but later the Parliament voted against the bill being passed and sent it for further review. Civil court rules in favor of MP Abdullah Yameen in the case against Maldives National Defense Forces. Civil court ruled today that MNDF violated Yameen's rights by keeping him in protective custody against his will. The court ruling stated that protection should be given without violating the rights of the person. The civil court judge said MP Yameen was deprived of his civil rights while under custody of MNDF and that MNDF does not have any legal right to do so. Yameen was taken under protective custody following the political turmoil in capital Male. Opposition politicians described this as forceful detention in the guise of custody. He was released after 8 days. Land reclamation project commences in Noon Velidu. The project is to be completed within 5 days. Noon Velidu is currently experiencing inconveniences due to lack of space. With the addition of the newly reclaimed 14 hectares of land, Noon Velidu would have 56 hectares of usable land. Noon Velidu requested for land reclamation from the former government as well. According to the Velidu Island office, although 160 applications had been received for housing, it could only be provided to 32 applicants at that time. This made the islanders come to the decision that if land could not be provided to all in need at an equal rate, it need not be given to any. A land use plan has been made. According to the plan, the new land would be used for housing. The 96 million rupiah project funded by the government is managed by Boskalis International.